Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Fouad Fakhouri, our 42nd annual Winter Commencement speaker.
Good afternoon. It's wonderful to be here with you today. I will not turn my back on you today, I promise. Thank you, Dr. Hancock. Thank the trustees, faculty members, staff, the graduates. Wonderful to see all of you and the parents. It's great to be here today to celebrate this day, your day. When you're asked to give a commencement address, the expectation is to come up with smart remarks, the pearls of wisdom, and great ideas to impart to the young graduates. Let me start by telling you, I have none. Today, I will only share with you 5 things I've learned so far in life. I say so far because I believe that learning is an ongoing process. You're about to graduate, but you have a lot to learn still. And no matter where we are in life, we always have a lot to learn. But before I begin, also let me assure you that I will keep my remarks brief. I think faculty would love that. As it became known that I was going to be your commencement speaker, a number of friends, again, many of them faculty and staff, told me to remember a few things today. First of all, they all said, whatever you talk about and whatever you say, keep it short. Second, they told me that the ceremony is not about me, but about the graduates, their families, and it is their moment to celebrate their achievements, which implied, again, keep it short and get off the podium as quickly as you can. Thirdly, I was told, within a year or two, most of the people here will not remember this commencement address, which I suspect for some of you, depending on how the post-commencement party celebrations go, might actually be closer to 10 p.m. tonight. By the way, for those of you who are looking for the best party, just listen carefully to the people that laughed loudest. That's where the party will probably be tonight. So here are 5 short things that I wanted to share with you on this wonderful day, your day. First, you do not have the time that you think you have, so make the best of it while you have it. When we are young, we feel that we have all the time in the world and that we can delay important things until tomorrow, next week, or even next year. The reality is that we do not have as much time as we think we do. Growing up, as Dr. Hancock said, in Beirut, Lebanon, during the country's brutal civil war, taught me a valuable lesson at a very young age. When I was 11 years old, shortly after receiving a beautiful bike for Christmas, one of my best friends from school, who was also 11 years old and who, like me, had also received a bike for Christmas. My friend and I were riding those bikes on the street in our neighborhood. I had a new mountain bike and his was a brand new road bike. In the span of about a few weeks, I had completely managed to trash mine. 11. Jumping every curb, sidewalk, anything that looked fun to jump, I tried it. Most of the time falling, often hurting myself and in the process destroying the bike. Since his was a road bike, that was not as much of a bike wrecking, there was not much of a bike wrecking action for him. His bike was almost brand new. As we were riding from my house to his, a distance of about 5 city blocks, suddenly and unexpectedly, my bike completely snapped in two. This was not a small break. If it were, I'm sure I would have kept riding, but the top bar of the frame completely sheared off, making it impossible to ride. It was broken, and only 5 short weeks after I had received it for Christmas. Remember, by that time, at 11, I had already figured out Santa's true identity. So we spent a few minutes trying to think of creative ways to tell my parents that I basically destroyed the brand new gift that they just gave me for Christmas. After a while, my friend decided it would be best for him to go back to his house, since he thought that his parents would be getting worried about him, for he had been gone for a while. We said goodbye, and he went riding on his bike in one direction towards his house, and I went in the opposite direction towards mine, feeling defeated and slowly pushing my bike along. Less than a minute later, a car bomb exploded close to where he was, and that was the last time I saw him. We were both 11 years old. Without a doubt, that single event ended up impacting and shaping the rest of my life. Since that moment, there has not been a day where I have not asked myself these two simple questions. Am I doing all I can with my life? Am I living it to the full potential? And am I making a difference with what I'm doing today? Life is fragile, and we do not know when our time ends. Make your time on earth matter. Use every minute you have and every second to achieve your dreams. Second, set goals, dream big, and never, ever give up. Just don't give up, it's not worth it. Today you are students, more than likely broke or close to it. We've all been there, it's part of life. Set big goals and pursue them. Pursue them doggedly. Be tenacious, but also be flexible. Be ready and willing to adapt and change while you maintain your focus on the big picture and your big dreams. As a young boy, when I was faced with challenges, my mother would often tell me, look at the trees. Look at the largest branches of these trees. They seem strong and unbreakable. But the reality is, when strong winds blow, the hardest and stiffest branches are the ones that break first. The branches that seem weakest because they are small and bend with the winds are typically the ones that withstand the most amount of pressure. Today, you are young. You are those fresh branches. You are much stronger than you think you are. Set your goals for success and adapt and bend with life. And never, ever let anyone tell you that you can't achieve a goal that you have set for yourself. No one in the world, no one in this world knows better than you what you can achieve. You are the only ones that know your potential, and I'll fill you in on a little secret. Even you, at this stage of your life, completely underestimate your full capacity. Seldom, if ever, the road to your dreams will be a straight line, or that the dreams that you have today will even be the same goals that you will have in 5 or 10 years. But that really does not matter. What you want to do is to always dream, and dream big. Pursue those dreams and allow one dream to lead to the next. 3, this is one of my favorite. Listen. Listen a lot more than you speak. I know this is hard for some people. I know some people like that. But trust me, it works. No one has ever learned anything through talking. We learn through listening or reading, but never through talking. As a college freshman, I was fortunate to have a great professor who would always reiterate the fact that as students, especially music students, we needed to listen carefully and pay attention to every little detail. Although at the time I found his advice very valuable, I did not understand its true meaning until I began my conducting career. You see, at its most basic, a conductor's job is to simply listen. A conductor listens to what the musicians of the orchestra are playing and in real time assesses whether what they are producing is true to the intentions of the composer, the person that wrote that piece, and whether the musicians clearly understand their own role within the context of the whole work. That means when to play louder and be in the foreground, and knowing and understanding when to recede into the background and allow other instruments to be heard and to dominate. My job is simple. My job is only to intercede when things are not working smoothly. Much of the time, the answer to the many issues that arise during rehearsals is simply to ask the musicians to simply listen more carefully to each other, to musically communicate with each other, and to remind them that in order to achieve great results, they have to work together and rely on each other. This pertains to all of you. As you leave here and embark on your careers, you will always deal with people. Initially, you will work for others, and as you move along, you might end up having a lot of people working for you, which would be great. Regardless of where you are in your career, listen and learn from everyone. You will have the ability to solve problems far better when you hear people clearly and when you encourage them to come up with their own creative solutions. Always empower people around you. and they will almost always exceed your expectations. 4, do not be afraid to fail. All of you, all of us, fail at certain things. We all do. So might as well accept that and move on. Not being afraid to fail frees you to follow your dreams without any inhibitions. You don't have to worry about it. It's going to happen. I know talking about failure as you are about to graduate sounds sacrilege. And some of you are thinking probably right now, seriously, man, I'm about to graduate, you're going to talk to me about failure? That is completely understandable, especially when for the past 4 years, as well as probably the past 17 years of school before college, you have been trained not to fail. Everything you have done in college and school has been geared towards success. Think about it. Getting the best grades possible, graduating on top of your class, finishing your coursework quickly and efficiently, all geared towards success. But that is not how life works. In life, you will fail, and in fact, you will probably fail often. Long term, however, the true measure of success is not whether you fail or not, but how quickly you manage to bounce back. Learn from your failures and use those experiences to become stronger. So go out, take chances, fail often, quickly rise, and use those failures as stepping stones to propel you forward and upward. Finally, number 5, be good citizens. Live an honorable life and focus on helping others. I think that's probably the most important thing that I can say today. Be good citizens, live an honorable life, and focus on helping others. One of my favorite quotes is the one that President Kennedy gave in his inaugural address. I'm sure you all know it. It's the one where he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." Of course, he said it with a Boston accent. I love that quote. I really do. I love it not just because of its overtly patriotic message, but because it specifically places responsibility on us, on you, the individual. In life, do not expect anyone to hand you anything. Do not misunderstand me. People, in general, are very giving, and throughout your life, you will undoubtedly receive a lot of help, support, encouragement from many, many people. But you, and you alone, are responsible for your success. You are also responsible for your home, your family, your work, your community, your city, and your country. And your success and involvement in all of these will directly affect and impact the people that surround you. As you get older, you will start finding that there is nothing that you can do in life that is more honorable and noble than helping others. You will also find that what you do for others is far more rewarding than what others do for you. I know it sounds strange, but it really works. Giving in the long run is far, far more rewarding than receiving. So go out, volunteer, support, help, engage, and partake in anything that makes others in your community become better citizens. Life is valuable. Seize the moment and make the best of it. Set the bar for your goals high and work hard to achieve those goals. Learn from everyone and empower those around you. And everything else will fall into place, and you will have a prosperous and successful life. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you today.
Fouad, thank you very much. You never look back. Good job. It is our pleasure at Methodist University to present honorary degrees to individuals who have rendered distinguished service to Methodist University, the United Methodist Church, the state, the nation, and indeed our planet. I would like to ask Dr. Fouad Fakhouri to come forward, as well as Dr. Delmas Crisp, Executive Vice President and Academic Dean, and Dr. Mary Lynn Bryan, Chair of the Board of Trustees, to assist with the hooding ceremony. The composer and conductor Gustav Mahler said that the real art of conducting consists in transitions. While Dr. Fouad Fakhouri's skill with conducting musical transitions might not be obvious to a layperson, it is easy to recognize the changes he has brought to the Fayetteville Symphony Orchestra since assuming the role of conductor in 2004. In the last decade, Dr. Fakhouri has been credited with achieving a dramatic increase in symphony attendance and a more than 400% increase in annual budget, creating enthusiasm and support from patrons and business leaders. As music director, he has significantly raised the orchestra's artistic standard, as well as creating novel educational programs, some of which I mentioned during his introduction. As a composer, Dr. Fakhouri is distinguished and has a diverse body of work, including orchestral, chamber, choral, and solo music, which has been enjoyed internationally. Some of his pieces have been premiered and performed by such groups as the English Chamber Orchestra, the Bulgarian Symphony Orchestra, the Mediterranean Orchestra, the Philadelphia Youth Orchestra, the Cairo Symphony Orchestra, the Amman Symphony Orchestra, the Lebanese Philharmonic Orchestra, and of course the Fayetteville Symphony Orchestra. That's a lot of looking back, Fouad. In all seriousness, for his impressive career achievements, phenomenal leadership of the Fayetteville Symphony Orchestra, and dedication to music in the community, Methodist University awards Dr. Fouad Fakhouri a Doctor of Humane Letters on this 13th day of December in the year 2014 at the 42nd Annual Winter Commencement Ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Fouad Fakhouri.
I didn't prepare this one. But thank you again, Dr. Hancock. Thank the trustees. Thank you very much. You know, I've gone to school for some time. I went to 11 years of school, college, did my undergraduate, and you heard my master's and then my doctorate. Those are all wonderful, but there is no greater honor than to receive this degree from Methodist University, because this really comes from people, and this is not something that I worked for, and I hold that very valuable, and it really reflects the trust that this university puts in my work. And one last thing that I'd like to say is that, you know, especially for the graduates, you will receive a lot of honors in your life, and I hope you do receive many, many of them. But remember that your honors would not be yours without people that you work with and that support you. And I'm grateful for everyone that has worked with me at the Fayetteville Symphony Orchestra over the past 10 years, and this honor is shared with them. Thank you.